Okay, we're gonna take a little side note here. I'm gonna tell you something that I think all of these religions are kind of intermixed. So I'm gonna read something from Matthew chapter 5, verse 27, 28. You ready? You have heard that it is said, you shall not commit adultery. I'm sure that's somewhere in the New Testament, for sure. Maybe you guys can tell me. But I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart. So even to look at a woman lustfully is committing adultery in your own heart. Isn't that just like, for your own perspective? I'm just kind of speaking to the men. Isn't that like what we do all the time? Like think about like your like pornified mind, your mind that's been like destroyed with all this explicit content that you're watching on the internet, and then look at the way that you're looking at females. Just look at it. Just like look at how your eyes, like they like drag you, and it's so wild because it's almost like you're not in control of your eyes. Like you have these subjective experiences, right? You have your eyes, you have your nose, you have your mouth, but like if something smells weird, you can't not smell it. You don't really have control of some factors, right? I mean, a bad smell is probably evolutionary to like stop you from going to that thing that smells bad. A bad taste, the same thing. But isn't it weird, the eyes are this like weird thing where you're looking at something and you almost know you shouldn't be looking at it. So like a lot of guys will like see a girl walk by and then they'll do like a quick like look at her butt, but you know what I mean? And what is that? That's like a little bit of a devilish temptation there, like and you like kind of lose control. What's so wild is like sometimes I'm at the gym and I go to like I hide in like the corner. I'm like a little bit of a weirdo. Like I like go like full hoodie on and then I go to like the corner of the gym and I'm there and I'm working out, and sometimes like I go to like it's like an MMA gym. No, it's a nice gym, but it has an MMA section. There you go. So it's like on the third floor, and like sometimes you'll have like girls come in there, and they're doing like Pilates and like these skin tight, like yellow, like holy crap, the stimulation. So I'm like trying to like hide my eyes, and my eyes keep going back, and I'm like, it's almost like I have a battle with my own eyes. But I'm trying not to commit adultery with my own eyes. But I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her with his own heart. Now, if you pair that, because if this is like, if Matthew's divine revelation and the Quran is divine revelation, so you can kind of pair and you can see the ethic that like stands between the two. So check this out. Okay, so the Quran says in Surah An-Nur, verse 30-31, tell the believing men to lower their gaze and guard their chastity, that it is pure for them. Surely God is all aware of what they do. And it says for the women, and tell the believing women to lower their gaze and guard their chastity, and to not reveal their adornments or charms, depending on the translation, except what normally appears. So if the Quran's not telling people that they have to like, just like the whole thing, but it's saying, hey, be mindful to the women that you're not just a sexual object. And because I don't think that females understand what happened in the eyes of men. Almost like men become predators, and what's happening inside of our culture, and this like super pornified culture that we have right now, it's destroying our view of women. It's destroying them. Like all these people on these websites, they're pretty much like, a lot of them are like in some type of slavery, some type of sexual slavery, and a lot of them are also like trust me, if you look into it, it's some dark shit. It's very dark. It's very dark. And the weird thing is that these addictions are neurochemical addictions that are almost as strong as cocaine addictions. So they're literally feeding, like in Canada where I'm from, they're like literally over and over and over again, they're feeding you with poisons. And you wonder why this whole society is on SSRIs. SSRIs are selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. And all that means is like it keeps the serotonin at like a regular level, so you feel confident. That's what serotonin does. But the point is that like all these people are doing all these poisons, and then the pharmaceutical companies give you like drugs to make you like feel like you're not poisoning yourself. No, you're poisoning yourself. All of these things are there to protect you. Like the New Testament, Old Testament, this is what I think. And I think we're being attacked. I think there's a warfare on your soul. I'm gonna give you some more. Okay, so check this out. So during World War II, major combatants, including the United States, incorporated sexual themes into their psychological warfare operations. This often involved distributing propaganda leaflets with sexual content to demoralize the enemy soldiers. For instance, the US and its allies dropped leaflets suggesting infidelity amongst enemy soldiers. Enemy soldier partners to induce feelings of jealousy and homesick. Oof. Okay. So what does this tell you? This tells you that, look, one, look how they're coming after the family unit. Look how they're coming after it. And two, look how they're giving you all this free, explicit sexual content. And these books, like this one and the Bible, I don't have it on me right now, they might be guidebooks, knowing that there's like corruption that like manifests itself. And when the corruption manifests itself, it starts leading the people astray. Now, the problem is never with like the American culture. It's never with these cultures. The problem is like American culture was American culture 7 years ago when people used to go to church, but it's not that anymore. They've taken that away. Like divorce rates here are like 60%. People are not even getting married. People don't want to get married. Because like if you have a whole culture that's based off sin and infidelity, why the hell would you want to get married? This is the whole, like the red pill dudes. That's what they're saying. They're like, why the hell would I get married? And what they're doing is a race to the bottom. They're just tearing each other apart. So for the men out there, guys, you have to get off the porn. You have to. It is killing you. When you see a girl, listen, that could be your mother. That could be your sister. They're not items for your own abuse in your own eyes. And to the this is not freedom. Like the free the nipple thing is not freedom. It's not freedom. What are you freeing yourself to be sexual appetite to a bunch of wolves? It's not freedom. You're being tricked. People are being tricked. I bet you like this video won't hit. My videos about people being tricked is never hit. But I hope you guys can understand what I'm trying to say. Free yourself. All these things are slavery. See, the Americans, they say that like freedom, right? They're like, but freedom from what? It's from freedom from government tyranny. That's all the things that it's free from. It's not, you're never free from your own self. So what's happening is that people, in the name of freedom, like free the nipple, what they're doing is they're freeing themselves to be slaves to their own desires. And when you're a slave to your own desires, tell me that you're not controllable. If you take a man and you say, look, you can have all the sex you want and all the food that you want, you enslave them. And then you look at the economics of the United States and you see, look, so many people are like fat and like addicted to porn. And the people are sick. And then what happens? The society collapses, obviously. And this is like what we're seeing in real time. I hope this doesn't get shadow banned. But free yourself. Free yourself. Trust me. Goodbye.